Welcome to yoga. The practice of yoga can help us to cultivate qualities that we wish to take with us into our lives and into our day, extending the benefits of yoga beyond the mat. So today I will ask you to set your own intention to focus on in your practice, and I'll invite you to choose a quality that you wish to cultivate within yourself that you could bring into your day. So we will begin with a centering. So make your way to a comfortable seated position, and you may wish to sit on your mat, on a cushion or a block, or you may sit in a chair. So making yourself comfortable and allowing the eyes to close or gaze very softly down towards the earth. Sitting tall, lengthening through the spine. As you next exhale, grounding the sitting bones down towards the earth. And as you inhale, lengthen through the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. And maintaining this length in your spine. And as you next exhale, allow the belly to soften. Inhaling, expand and broaden through the chest. And as you exhale, slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep lengthening through the head and the neck, bringing the chin parallel to the earth. Allow the hands to rest comfortably in the lap. Invite the breath to flow in and out through the nose. On each inhalation, feeling the belly and torso gently expand as the lungs fill. And on the exhalation, exhale fully and draw the navel towards the spine as you empty the lungs. And continue to breathe in this way at your own pace. Full deep inhalations and complete exhalation. With each breath, invite the mind towards stillness, putting aside any distractions and bringing the mind to this present moment. And now creating an affirmation to serve as your intention for your practice. Reflecting on the qualities within you that you wish to cultivate through your yoga practice. And creating a positive affirmation, a statement beginning with I am. So you may choose an affirmation such as I am calm and resilient. I am strong. I am patient. Creating your own affirmation. And once you've found your affirmation, silently repeating it to yourself 3 times. And now as we prepare to ease into movement, allowing this affirmation to guide your practice. And as always, feeling free to modify the practice to best meet your needs, knowing you're always welcome to modify, take a break, or adjust your practice in any way to best serve you. And if you're sitting on a cushion or a block, putting that to the side and extending the legs long in front of you. Inviting the legs to release. Begin to flex and point the feet. Giving a stretch to the feet, the calves, the thighs. And now bring the feet a little bit wider apart, sitting tall with the arms by your sides. Begin to circle the feet, drawing the toes towards one another and then away from each other. And now pause and move your circles in the opposite direction. And give the legs a little shake from side to side to release. And now coming into a cross-legged position. Sitting tall with the hands resting on the knees. And if you like, you could close the eyes or gaze softly towards the earth as we begin to loosen up the spine. On your next inhalation, arching through the back, opening the chest and tilting the torso forward. And then as you exhale, tucking the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine. Inhaling, arching through the back, opening up the chest and the shoulders, and then exhaling round. Continue to move back and forth at the pace of your own breath. And moving once more in each direction. And returning to neutral. I now begin to circle the torso. And you're welcome to make the movements large or small. And finding your own pace, moving slower or quicker as you like. And now pause and reverse and move the circles in the opposite direction. And finding a way to coordinate the breath with movement in a way that feels natural. And now begin to make the circles a little slower and a little smaller. And finding your way to stillness. Now moving to the shoulders. As you next inhale, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears and then exhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down. Easing away any tension or tightness you may be holding in the upper back and shoulders. And rolling the shoulders back once more and then releasing. Placing the arms by your sides along the floor, palms touching the earth. And now tilting the head over to your right side, drawing the right ear towards your right shoulder. And then lifting the right arm overhead and placing the palm above the ear. And coming into an isometric stretch here, gently pressing the head towards your hand. Keep breathing. And then inhaling, Releasing the hand and gently roll the chin back to the chest, lengthening the back of your neck. And on your next inhalation, rolling the left ear towards the left shoulder. Keeping the chest open and the shoulders relaxed. And now lifting your left arm, placing the left palm above the right ear, and gently press the head towards your hand. And release the pressing. Lower the hand back down to the mat, roll the chin back to the chest. Inhaling, lifting the head back to neutral. Now bring the hands together to touch and rub the palms together. Sending warmth, energy, and sensation into the palms. And now clasp the hands together and bring the elbows to meet. Elbows are at the height of the chest or the shoulders, and begin to circle the wrists. And circle in the other direction. And circle around twice more. Release the arms down, placing the hands on the knees with the palms facing upward. Close the eyes and check in, noticing the sensations in the arms and hands. Pausing here to receive the warmth and energy of the movements you've done so far. And reflecting again on your affirmation and reminding yourself of your intention. And now bringing the hands to the mat in front of you and transition onto the hands and knees, making your way into a table position. In table, you have the option to rest on the palms, on the fists, or on the elbows. So choosing the option that feels best in your body. And if you're on the hands, placing the wrists under the shoulders and spreading the fingers wide, and press into each fingertip and knuckle to distribute the weight. Feet and knees are hip width apart. And now lengthen through your spine, extending the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another. Broaden through the chest and move the shoulders down the back. We'll move into a lateral stretch now. On your next exhalation, draw the right shoulder and hip towards one another as you look over your right shoulder, creating a C shape with the spine. And then inhale, return to center, and then exhale, looking over the other shoulder, drawing that shoulder and hip towards one another. Inhale, return to center. And move again from side to side with the breath. And now adding a cat and dog movement. As you come to center, rounding through the spine as you inhale, and then exhale, arching as you stretch and look over one shoulder. Inhaling round, and exhaling, making that C shape on the other side as you arch through the back. Again, move from side to side at your own pace. And moving once more to each side. And returning to center, coming to a long neutral spine. And now extend your right leg back, bringing the ball of the foot to the mat and lifting the heel. And rock forward and back, keeping the head and neck in line with the spine. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. And now coming to hold, pressing out through the heel. Noticing where you feel the stretch and sensation. And now we'll add the opposite arm. So coming onto the fingertips of your left hand, sliding the hand towards the front of your mat. Keep Breathing as you reach the arm overhead, twisting through the spine and circling the arm around you. And again, circling the arm, moving with the breath, allowing the spine, head, and neck to follow the arm in the circle. And the next time you reach the arm overhead, pausing here. Keep opening through the chest, relax the shoulders. Head and neck remain in line with the spine. Continue to press out through the back heel and breathe. And now exhaling, circling the arm down, releasing the palm to the floor. And now sliding the right leg out to the side so that the heel of the foot is extended out from the hip. And now lifting the right arm out to the side and then overhead, and we'll flow in and out of a spinal twist. Exhaling, threading that right arm underneath the left, and then inhaling, opening up the chest and reaching the arm overhead. Exhaling, diving down, inhaling, lifting. Moving back and forth at the pace of your own breath, making the movements as large or small as you like. And the next time that you inhale and lift the arm overhead, holding the twist here, gazing up towards the fingertips, and circling the wrist and the fingers overhead. And circle in the other direction. And letting that go, reaching the fingertips towards the sky. One more breath here, and then exhaling, slowly lowering down. Stepping the foot back in, returning to table. And from table, moving into puppy stretch, keeping the hips lifted as you slide the arms forward. And you can allow the head to hover, or you could rest the head on a block if you've got one, or perhaps release the forehead to the floor. Keeping the hips lifted above the knees. Breathe. On your next inhalation, making your way back up to table once again. Lengthen through the spine, relax the shoulders, resting on the palms or on the fists. And now coming onto your other side, extending the left leg back, lifting the heel, and rocking forward and back as you give a stretch to this leg. And now holding here, pressing out through the heel. Keep opening through the chest, relaxing the shoulders, head and neck in line with the spine. And now preparing to add the opposite arm. Sliding the right fingertips towards the front of your mat. Inhaling as you lift the arm overhead, twisting through the spine as you circle the arm behind you. And again, you could make the movements small or large, moving in a way that feels good in your body. And the next time you reach the arm overhead, holding here, the arm is reaching up from the shoulder. Opening through the chest, relax the shoulders, keep breathing. And now exhaling, circling the arm back, releasing the hand to the floor. And now sliding the left leg out to the side, keeping the leg straight. And the foot is extended out in line with the hip. And now on your next inhalation, lifting the left arm overhead. And then exhaling, threading that left arm underneath the right. Inhaling, lifting, opening the torso towards the sky. Exhale, letting the arm down, lowering the head towards the floor. Moving back and forth with your breath. And the next time you inhale, reach the arm overhead, holding here. And pressing the right hand into the floor, opening the chest, relax the shoulders, and circle the wrist and fingers overhead. And circle in the opposite direction. And now coming to stillness, reaching long through the fingertips. And on your next exhalation, slowly lowering the hand down to the mat. Stepping the feet together, returning to table. And now keep the hips lifted as you slide the arms forward, coming into puppy stretch once again. On your next inhalation, pressing up to table once again. Wrists are underneath the shoulders with the fingers spread wide, preparing for downward facing dog. And if the wrists are feeling tender, you could come into a variation of downward dog by keeping the forearms on the mat. Lengthen through the spine, broaden through the chest, and move the shoulders down the back. Bringing the balls of the feet to the mat. Draw a breath in, and then as you exhale, lifting the hips high, beginning with the knees bent. Pressing the tailbone up and back towards where the ceiling and wall meet. Moving the shoulder blades down the back and aiming the crown of the head to the space between your hands. And now pedal the legs, pressing one heel towards the mat as you bend the opposite knee and alternating. And now coming to hold, pressing both heels towards the mat. It's okay if they don't reach, just press in that direction. Feeling a stretch and opening through the entire back of the body. Keep breathing deeply in and out through the nose. And if you need a break at any time, you're welcome to lower the knees to the floor, coming into table, pausing, and then returning to downward dog as you're ready. And if you've taken a break, return to your downward dog. And now soften the knees, walking the feet towards the hands, coming into a forward fold. Releasing the crown of the head. And now place the hands on the shins, inhaling, lifting halfway so the spine is parallel to the earth. And then exhaling, soften and fold forward. And now pressing the feet firmly into the mat, bringing the hands to the hips. Lengthen through the spine, and as you inhale, pull the navel towards the spine. Slowly hinge from the hips as you gradually make your way all the way up to standing, releasing the arms out to the sides and then overhead, palms touch. And then exhale, slowly lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Close the eyes or gaze softly. Feeling the heartbeat with the thumbs. Returning to your affirmation, your intention. Exhaling, releasing the arms, softly opening the eyes. Bringing the hands to the hips and stepping the feet a little bit wider than hips width apart, preparing for hip circles. Keep the knees soft or slightly bent and begin to circle from the hips. And if you like, you could make the circles small and then gradually make them larger. You can move slower or quicker, allowing your body to guide you. And once more in this direction, and then pause and reverse, moving your circles the other way. And gradually making the circles a little smaller and a little slower. Allowing your body to find its way towards stillness. And coming to stand with the feet hips width apart, arms by the sides, and shift the weight back and forth, rocking from the balls of the feet to the heels. And now lowering the heels down. And bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet. Feeling your weight evenly distributed between the balls and the heels of the feet. Feeling grounded and connected to the earth. Engaging the legs. And lengthen through the abdomen and the lower back, finding a neutral alignment in the pelvis. Create some space between the rib cage and the pelvis. Expand and broaden through the chest as you move the shoulders down away from the ears, fingertips reaching towards the earth. Lengthen through the head and the neck so that the chin is parallel to the earth. Standing tall in a simple mountain. Now preparing to add the arms. Inhaling as you lift the arms out to the sides, turning the palms at shoulder height, and bringing the arms overhead. And you're welcome to keep the arms wide apart or closer together as you like. Keep reaching long through the fingertips, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. And now bending at the elbows, clasping opposite elbows with the hands, coming into a side stretch. Press into the feet, lengthen through the spine, and exhale as you reach the torso over to one side, pressing the opposite hip away. And then inhaling, return to center, and exhale, reaching to the other side. Moving with the breath. And switching over to a place that feels comfortable without any strain. And the next time you pass through center, reverse the arms, bringing the opposite arm in front, and continue to reach from side to side. And the next time you return to center, pause, reaching the arms overhead once again. And exhaling, slowly lower the arms down. Relax the arms by your sides with the palms facing forward. Close the eyes or gaze softly. Pause, receive. Allow the eyes to open, give a little shake to one leg and then the other. And now coming to step at the front of your space in preparation for warrior and standing poses. Standing tall and simple mountain, feet are hips width apart, grounding the feet down towards the earth, lengthening through the spine and relaxing the shoulders, bringing the hands to the hips. We'll prepare to step the right leg back for warrior one. Draw a breath in, and then as you exhale, slide or step that right foot back as you bend into your left knee. Feet are hip width apart, back heel is lifted. Feel free to adjust your stance, bringing the back foot in a little bit closer or further away as you like. Grounding into the feet. And squaring the hips forward. Right hip comes slightly forward, left hip slightly back. And draw the tailbone down as you lengthen through the abdomen and the lower back. And press the thighs towards one another. And keeping that back leg engaged, pressing out through the back heel for stability. Relaxing the shoulders. And releasing the arms. And on your next inhalation, reaching the arms up and overhead. And again, arms could be wide apart or closer together as you like. You have the option to clasp the hands together with the index fingers extended. Keep breathing. And if you've clasped the hands together, separating the arms, preparing to open up into warrior two. Exhaling as you plant the right heel down, opening the torso to the side and extending the arms to T position. So the back foot is at a 45-degree angle and the front foot is turned out 90 degrees. And squaring the shoulders and the hips to be in line, facing the long edge of your mat. Arms reaching out to T position at shoulder height. Keep reaching long through the fingertips, draw the shoulders down, and turning the head to look past the fingers of your left hand, breathing into warrior two. Feel free to adjust as you hold. You can always lower the arms for a break or come into any modification. And we'll move now into a standing pose flow, turning the left palm to face up, sliding the right hand down the right leg, and reaching the torso over to the right side, keeping the front knee bent. Inhaling, lifting back to warrior two, and exhale into side angle, lowering the left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaching overhead. Inhale, lift back up to warrior two, take a breath. Turn the palm to face up, exhaling into reverse warrior. Inhale, lifting up to warrior two, exhale, side angle. Continue to move between these poses once more at your own pace. And the next time you find your way into side angle, holding here, keep pressing into the feet, lengthen through your spine, sensing a long line of energy from the heel of the right foot up through the leg, shoulder, out through the arm and the crown of the head. If you like, you're welcome to explore any variations in side angle, perhaps draping the arm behind the back, coming into a bind, or releasing the left arm down to the floor. And now releasing any variations. If you've come into them, reaching the arm overhead, and press into the feet, navel to spine. Inhale, lifting back up to warrior two. Straightening the legs, releasing the arms, and heel toe the feet together. relax the arms, close the eyes or gaze softly. Notice how one side of the body feels in relation to the other. And now give a little shake to one leg and then the other. And we'll prepare to repeat this sequence of postures on the other side. Coming to the front of your mat, finding your mountain pose, grounding into the feet, lengthening through the spine, head, and neck. Hands come to the hips, and we'll prepare now to step the left foot back. Inhaling and exhaling, taking a big step back with the left foot as you bend into your right knee. So making sure the feet remain hip width apart, pressing the feet into the earth, back heel remains lifted. And square the hips forward, draw the tailbone down, pressing the thighs towards one another. Broaden through the chest and relax the shoulders. Inhaling, bringing the arms up and overhead, finding your variation for the arms. Keep lengthening through the head and the neck. Chin is parallel to the earth. Feel free to make any adjustments, and you can always lower the arms down if they need a break and bring the hands to the hips. One more full breath here, and then we'll prepare for warrior two. So bringing the left heel to the mat at a 45-degree angle as you open up through the torso, turning the torso to the side. So bring the shoulders directly above the hips. Shoulders and hips facing the long edge of your mat, reaching out long through the fingertips. And then turning the head to gaze past the fingers of your right hand. Keep breathing deeply in and out through the nose. And preparing for our standing pose, flow on this side. Turning the right palm to face up. And sliding the left hand down the left leg as you exhale, reaching the torso over to the left side. Inhale, lifting up to warrior two. Exhale into side angle. Inhaling as you lift. Exhale into reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two, and exhale, side angle. And moving between the postures again at your own pace. And holding side angle, and once again exploring any variations you like on this side. Wherever you are, keeping the chest open, head and neck in line with the spine. Feeling that long line of energy from the feet and out through the crown of the head. And releasing any variations you may have explored, extending the arm overhead. And now press into the feet, navel to spine. Inhale as you lift back up to warrior two. And relaxing the arms down, straightening the legs, and turning the feet to face forward, remaining in a straddle position. And bringing the hands to the hips, preparing for a forward fold. So press into the feet, Draw the tailbone down, open up through the chest. On your exhalation, hinging forward from the hips so that the spine is parallel to the earth. Extending the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another. And if you feel lightheaded in this position, slowly make your way back to standing. And if you're comfortable, continue to hold, and then we'll add a twisting variation. Reaching the right fingertips to the mat, keeping the hand in line with the center of the chest, perhaps holding onto a block if you've got one available. Once again, lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, twisting the spine towards the left. You're welcome to keep the hand on the lower back for support, or if you like, extending that arm straight up from the shoulder. Keep breathing. And you're welcome to gaze softly or close the eyes as you prefer. One more breath here, and if you've raised the arm, returning the hand to the hip, releasing the twist, bringing the spine back to center, and now switching hands, bringing the left fingertips to the block or the floor in line with the center of the chest, right hand to right hip, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, twisting the torso towards your right. So again, no need to twist as far as you possibly can, but come to a comfortable stretch and sensation. Hand can remain on the hip or lower back, or you can reach the arm up in the air. And if the arm is lifted, returning the hand to the hip. And exhaling, bringing the spine back to center and neutral. And now bring both hands to the mat. And heel toe the feet closer together. We'll lower down into a table, bending one knee at a time, lowering down onto hands and knees. And pivoting around to a seated position with the legs extended long in front of you, giving the legs a little shake from side to side to release. And from here we will make our way onto our backs, bending the knees and bringing the feet to the mat. And sliding your way down onto your back with the knees bent and the feet on the floor. And taking a moment here to settle into the mat. Noticing the parts of your body that are in contact with the mat. Bringing a little bit more of the upper back and shoulders in contact with the floor to allow the chest to open. Keeping the back of the neck long. We'll move next into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Walking the feet as close to the bottom as is comfortable. Feet and knees are hip width apart. On your next inhalation, lifting the hips an inch or so away from the mat, and then exhale, lower the hips back down. And continue to lift and lower, moving with the breath, building strength and flexibility in the spine. And you could stay here with the lifting and lowering. You could take a break or come into holding bridge. So you may wish to lift the hips so that they're in line with the shoulders and the knees if that's comfortable. If not, you could lower the hips a little bit more. If you're feeling open, you could continue to raise the hips as high as is comfortable, avoiding strain. You're welcome to keep the hands by your sides, palms to the floor. If you'd like to try some variations, you could take hold of the ankles with your hands if you could reach them. Another option is to interlace the hands together, wiggling one shoulder blade at a time underneath you, keeping the arms straight. So finding the variation of bridge that feels right for you today. Keep breathing deeply in and out through the nose, allowing the belly and torso to expand on each inhalation. Feel where in the body you can soften and relax as you exhale, and continue to hold. And return to your intention once again, repeating your affirmation to yourself. You could feel free to hold or come in and out of the pose, releasing at any time if you need to. And now holding bridge for one more full breath. And then we'll prepare to release. So if you clasp the hands together, releasing the hands, lowering one shoulder blade at a time to the mat, and then very slowly lowering through the upper back, lowering through the mid-back, and gradually releasing the hips to the earth. Taking your time, bring the knees together to touch, slide the feet a little further away towards the bottom of your mat. Allow yourself to relax, noticing the sensations of release, receiving the energy of bridge pose, and just notice whatever it is you're feeling in the body, mind, and breath. Watching with compassion and curiosity. And now straightening the legs along the mat, flexing out through the feet. And reaching the arms overhead along the mat. Arms are framing the ears. On your next inhalation, reach long through the fingertips, press out through the feet. Feel the whole body growing longer. And then exhaling, relax and release. And now reach long through the right fingertips and the right foot, feeling the right side of the body growing longer than your left. And then exhaling, relax, release. Inhaling, reaching long through the left arm and the left foot, feeling the left side of the body growing longer than the right. Exhale, soften, relax. Now slide the right leg to the right corner of the mat and slide the left leg over to meet. Coming into a reclining side stretch. The toes are pointing upward, feet are flexed. Keep both hips level. And if you notice the left hip is popping up away from the floor, slide the feet a little bit closer towards the mat. And keep breathing, feeling a lengthening through the entire left side of the body, from the heel up through the hip, shoulders, and out through the fingertips overhead. One more full breath here, and then on your next inhalation, sliding the left leg back to center, followed by the right. Pausing in neutral for a moment, noticing how one side of the body feels in relation to the other. And now moving to the other side, sliding the left leg along the floor to about the corner of the mat, perhaps bringing the foot in a little closer or a little further away as you like. And then slide the right foot over to meet the left. So the insides of the feet are touching. Toes are lifted, feet are flexed. And again, keeping both hips level. Perhaps sliding the feet a little closer towards the center of your mat if you need to. Keep breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Again, feeling that lengthening here through the entire right side of the body, from the heel up through the hips, chest and shoulders, out through the fingertips. Holding here for one more full breath. And on your next inhalation, slowly sliding the right leg back to center, followed by the left. Relax the arms, relax the legs, take a few breaths to receive. And now bend the knees, bringing the feet to the mat. And hug the knees into the chest, bringing one hand to each knee. Release the lower back. You're welcome to hold here in stillness, or you could rock from side to side, or perhaps circle on the sacrum. If you'd like, you can explore any other final stretch or movement, allowing the body to move in a way that will allow you to feel complete and ready for relaxation. And now bringing your movements to completion. And coming into Shavasana. So for Shavasana, you're welcome to lie on your side or on your back as you prefer. If you're coming onto your back, extending the legs long, bringing a little bit more of the upper back and shoulders in contact with the mat. Arms are relaxed by your sides with the palms facing upward. Keep lengthening through the back of the neck. Close the eyes. And bring the body into stillness, lying comfortably on your mat. And now bringing your attention to the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor. Sensing the support of the earth beneath you, feeling grounded and stable. Allow the body to soften and relax. Feel the muscles of the body growing warm, soft, and heavy. Releasing the weight of the body towards the earth as if you were lying in sand. As the body relaxes, inviting the mind towards stillness. Returning once again to your affirmation. Repeating your affirmation to yourself 3 times. Inviting the mind to let go and relax. Releasing any thoughts that take you away from this moment. Allowing your entire being to let go, relax, and receive the benefits of your practice. Very gradually begin to deepen your breathing, making some movements with the fingers and the toes, inviting awareness and sensation to return. And now bending the knees one at a time and hugging the knees in towards the chest. And then rolling over onto your right side, resting in a fetal position. Taking a moment here to acknowledge your efforts and dedication. And pressing your hands into the mat and gradually make your way up to a seated position, sitting tall with the eyes remaining closed. Bringing the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Noticing how you're feeling now compared to the start of your practice. And taking your intention and affirmation with you into your day. Dropping the chin towards the chest. Om Shanti, peace. May the peace in our hearts bring peace into the world. Namaste. I honor the light in you.